Located in southwest New Mexico, just east of Tucson and a little bit west of El Paso, Silver City has been named as one of the 100 best art towns in America, and we can vouch for that. Nancy and I here at Big Blend Radio, we've been there a number of times through the years and even part of our Love Your Parks tour. And it is a beautiful community, a wonderful historic downtown district with galleries, boutique shops, awesome restaurants, really awesome restaurants.
Yes.
A fun saloon, but anyway.
Yes, we like
and
saloons.
it's also surrounded by the Gila Wilderness, which is the very first wilderness area in our country, and it is also gateway to the Gila National Forest and the Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument. So it's a beautiful destination. You've got art, you've got food, you've got nature, you've got history. What more do you want?
I don't know.
I know. Very exciting because today we have two artists based in Silver City area, because it's basically Grant County. There's a lot of different communities surrounding Silver City. We have two artists joining us, Victoria Chick, who you hear on Big Blend Radio every month, and also Paula Manning Lewis has also been on the show a few years ago. And they're going to tell us about the Silver City Arts Association Red Dot Artist Studio Tour. And that's happening May 3rd through 5th, 2019. I encourage you to go to their website, silvercityart.com. Very exciting because it's one of those things where you get to drive around and go to artist studios, meet the artists, and apparently there's wine. Very cool. So welcome back, Victoria. How are you?
Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm happy to be here and happy to talk about our big event coming up in May.
The red dot. I know you have to follow the red dots everywhere, right? Instead of the yellow brick road, we get red dots.
Yes. Red dots will be posted everywhere, guiding you to where you need to go.
Well,
I like red dots because that means somebody sold something.
You know, I know. I like that. And here's the other thing, okay, because it's a red dot, follow the red dots. I think that if Nancy and I know we're going to be coming through Silver City on our way up to Colorado on our Love Your Parks tour this year, I think if we make it to this, because it's kind of the timing could work, we'll see how we can do it. But I encourage everybody else to do this too. Everybody must wear their ruby red heels because it's like,
red shoes.
Yes, the ruby reds. We need the
Cool.
ruby reds. We can go click and find really good art. How about that? I like it. I know.
I think that's a good
Anyway,
idea. Yes.
we're really normal. I want to bring Paula back on the show. How are you, Paula?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me,
Hey,
Lisa.
good. Hey, happy to have you here. And it's exciting because and you said that you're new to the Silver City Arts Association group. I know you were originally from Albuquerque, right? So how long have you been in the Silver City region?
We moved here last April, so almost a year.
Oh.
Not quite a year.
Wow.
Yeah. And
You're a newbie.
We've spent a lot of time. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time here, let's just say, over the years. It's our favorite place. Because of the Gila National Forest and the wilderness area, we do a lot of hiking and camping. So it's our dream destination for a lifetime. So we're happy to be here.
That's awesome.
And apparently now you have a studio too, but you're not directly in Silver City, right?
I'm not in Silver City. I'm out in Santa Clara, which is about, I think, 5 miles outside of Silver City to the east.
Okay. And so you have a studio, and I know that you're renovating and doing some cool stuff with it. But you're going to be open for this studio tour?
I am. Whether come hell or high water, I'm going to be open. Definitely.
Well, we're going to put the ruby red heels on and go click, and there'll be a big red dot out there. Follow it in Santa Clara. You know, and I think this is what's so cool about Silver City is you have these weekends at the galleries, you have the Red Dot Tour. I remember on the tour, one of the first things we did when we came out to Silver City, and we'd been there before, but was the solar house tour, the solar panel tour, and you drive around and you start to really understand the location and the region because it is so beautiful. And I think that's the neat thing, Victoria, that when you have, I know you've opened up your Cow Trail studio during these events, and also you're going to be doing that for the Red Dot Artist Studio Tour. Do you hear feedback from visitors that may not have been to Silver City before, or those who have been but are really getting to know the area? Did they comment about that part of it?
It's really interesting to me. We do get a lot of people from out of town, from other places. Some of them have been there before. Some are brand new. They've
heard about us from other people. We get a lot of people that come here by word of mouth. They've heard that from their friend that it's a great place, and so they want to come and see it. And also, interestingly, I think we find a lot of people, at least people that have come to my studio, have grown up here, moved away, and they've moved back because they miss that small town atmosphere. They have their glamour job in a bigger city, or gone to Chicago or New York or Los Angeles for a while, but they come back and because they want to raise their families here. So that's the kind of place it is. It's always very friendly, and I think even if you've ever lived here, it's always in your heart. Come back.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Nancy and I have a special, place in our heart for Silver City because it's just got that right amount of the balance of, there's the spread out part. You've got the big blue skies. You don't feel all, closed in, and then it's just the right amount of people. You know what I mean? And it's friendly and it's historic and colorful and quirky. I mean, you have that element of quirky cool too.
And going back to what Paula was saying about her studio being in Santa Clara, which is 5 miles away or so from Silver City, my studio is like 3.5 miles away, and I think you'll find that maybe 3/4 of the artist studios are not right in town. So one nice thing about coming on the tour is that you get to see some really beautiful country. You see some historic communities besides Silver City, and so the tour is interesting from that aspect too.
Very cool.
It's a beautiful area. It really is. We had so much fun there.
Exactly. I know it is fun, and the food. Can we just mention the food? Because that's a piece of the arts too. This is a good way to work up your appetite. Is drive around, go view art, and talk to the artists, and then eat downtown. You've got some amazing restaurants in Silver City. I think it needs to make one of the lists too.
Well, we have a few new restaurants since you've been here.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow!
So when you come this way, you'll have to stop and take a tour of all the eateries too.
Okay.
We're good at that.
We're good at that.
I didn't have to twist your arm on that one, did I?
No.
Paula, was that one of the reasons for moving there too? Was the food?
Well, no, that was kind of a happy discovery. That was for me anyway. How about you, Paula?
It was definitely a happy discovery. I was actually preparing myself to be living in a food desert, and it's not like that at all.
No.
I mean, the co-op is great. The restaurants are great. Everything about it. The farmers market. You have. My biggest concern was having access to organic food, which I have here, which is amazing.
Yeah, you do. So, we've been to some of the farms. Yeah, you have good food out there for sure. I want to start talking about this amazing studio tour. I know you're going to have different artists out in the field, and then you're going to your downtown galleries as well. I think what's really great about this is obviously you're going to have a guide. And Victoria, I want to go to you on that because I know last year with the weekend at the galleries in October is typically when you guys do that. You put out a guide and people can pick it up in town, or you've got it as a PDF, like a beautiful guide, a digital guide that you can get off the website. Is that going to happen for this one too, for the Red Dot Studio Tour?
Yes, it is. We had the guide for this year is out already. You can get it online. They can be picked up at the visitor center as you come into town, or you can. Almost every gallery will have a guide, so you can get it any gallery you want to. We are going to have on our weekend when we have our gala at the Light Art Space Gallery on Broadway, just shortly after you cross the big ditch. They will have guides. They will also have brochures specifically for the tour. The guide is good all year, but the brochure is specifically for the tour, and there will be maps inside the brochure, and you can use those maps and when you go out looking, using the map, there will be signs leading you to every gallery. So that we've got big signs, like kind of like the size of real estate for sale signs, but they got a big red dot with art printed in the middle and an arrow, a directional arrow to tell you which way to go. Sometimes you have to. There's 4 or 5 signs to get to one of the studios. But that's kind of the neat thing about the studios are kind of sometimes hidden away, and they're private studios. They're not always open, and this is a real opportunity to go see artists' work, and to ask some questions. And some people will want to buy art. Most of the studios will have art for sale. Some studios just simply want to welcome you, and they enjoy interacting with people who are interested in art. So there's never a pressure situation that people need to think, I've got to buy something. Just enjoy yourself going and visiting the studios.
I like that. Now, Paula, did you ever go on one of these tours before? Is this your first one that you're open to, I should say, with your studio, or have you?
This is my first one in Silver City. I've been involved in and been to several artist studios up north in the Albuquerque area, but this is my first one in Silver City, and I'm really excited about it. It's just cool to be part of this art community because it's such a great community of artists, like you said before. So
now, have you been to the Light Art Space? Because apparently, yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about that, because it sounds like an interesting place to kick off your gala for the May 3rd.
Yeah. Well, I believe it's a fairly new gallery. Karen is the name of the woman. Karen, is it Heimer, Victoria? Yeah, I think it's Karen.
Yes.
Heimer. Yeah, she's the owner of the gallery, and she moved here, I believe, from Tucson as well. And it's mainly a photography gallery, but there's also prints. She does printmaking. She just had a printmaking show, I believe it was last month. And so it's mostly photography, but she's being kind enough to let us use her gallery for the weekend of the studio tour, and we will have at least one piece from each of the artists that are going to be participating in the tour. So you can go to the gallery first and see who's participating and what kind of art they have, and kind of decide there and maybe plan, I want to go see this studio. So, kind of plan with, getting your map and looking at the art. And like Victoria said, Friday evening we're having our gala opening. There will be wine and food, and I'm pretty sure that we might even have some live classical guitar music. Ben is a classical guitarist, so I haven't actually talked to him yet, so I'm kind of volunteering him. But he usually opens.
This is the best way to do it. Just do it on a radio show. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, he usually it's kind of an understood thing between us. If I'm in an opening, he will volunteer his services for us. So
I love
so
this.
He doesn't
this
actually
is
know
perfect.
yet, but he will soon.
I love this.
It'll be a great show.
And, Victoria, I want to talk about the wine because Esperanza Winery, I know, Nancy, that I enjoyed some wine, Esperanza wine, when we saw you last time on our tour, which was way too long ago. And so we're excited to come back. But the Esperanza Winery, this is an ongoing relationship with the Silver City Arts Association and this winery. And this is a New Mexico winery, not too far from you.
Yes, it is. It's located in the Members Valley, actually. And it's off the beaten path, but they are open for wine tasting. I will mention that. And we have, like I say, we have used them before. They have really great red wine and white wine. The grapes are grown mostly on their property. They do have to get some from people who have planted little vineyards around them. So, but the grapes are local. They've gotten really wonderful awards at wine shows, and so it's quality wine. So I better just say that. And
it is.
I remember it's yummy.
It's good.
It's yummy, and I'm glad we brought that up because art and wine go hand in hand, and I love that it's a New Mexico winery. A lot of people will not really think that you're going to get wine from New Mexico.
Exactly.
They're going to think green chilies, and Hatch is not that far from you either. So I'm just saying. I remember one of the first things we did. Go ahead.
You know what's interesting about the wine? People not expecting wine in New Mexico. That there's actually been wine being made here for longer than any other place in the United States.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because when the Spanish
I heard that.
Well, I'm
when
moving
I first
there
moved
now.
Here.
Yeah. I'm moving in. Wow. I didn't know that. So
yeah.
So
well,
this is, you I was going to say that I didn't realize who how did that start? Do either of you know who brought the first grapes?
Well, I mean,
I believe it was the Spaniards when they came in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You tell us. You tell them, Paula.
Well, what I know about it is that when the Spaniards came back in the early, 1500s, they brought wine with them, and then they had to grow the grapes and make their wine here because they weren't getting, regular shipments from Spain. So they had to, they had to start making their own wine here. So that's where it started. But I'm not sure exactly. Do you know where in New Mexico they started, Victoria? Or?
Well, they had vineyards in the Mesilla area, which had some. That seemed like a really good location. But really, all along the Rio Grande, as you go up on that road, which was like the King's Highway, up to Santa Fe, that was they grew grapes there. And one of the main reasons, besides just enjoyment, was, they were trying to establish missions, Catholic missions, so they had to have wine for mass. So that was one of the main reasons.
And way back when, wine and beer were consumed because it was cleaner than water. And
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's the history of drunkenness. It's true. It all started with the water being bad, and so wine and beer and other things were apparently better for you. So power to that. And at this point in the year, like
Lisa, New Mexico has never had bad water.
Okay, well there you go. Okay, well we'll send the wine to Michigan.
That's so funny.
Our water is very good here. So.
No, I'm talking about years and years ago.
I know. Historically, if you're looking at wine, you're going to be looking for missions.
Yes, exactly, and that's why we follow the mission trails everywhere that we possibly can.
Missions!
You're always on a mission.
And,
that's right.
And we've also found that some of the best wine comes from areas that have been mined, and that's
now that's interesting.
It is really
limestone.
And I'm dying to get someone. We've interviewed so many experts, and I'm still trying to get someone to dig into that, literally dig into that, because every place that you go to that's this blossoming wine area or historically winery, it's been a mining area, and Silver City is historical in regards to mining, and so I think it's all connected.
It's limestone.
Not always limestone.
It's a combination of limestone and water.
See, now
that helps the wine become what it is.
Okay. See?
Interesting.
So, well, there's our detour for today.
Yeah.
We took and we went detouring to wine, but it is important. It's all connected. I want to touch base on this because, I was talking about basically Silver City's in between El Paso and Tucson. You go up into the mountains. You're in the high desert zone, which is awesome and really neat to kind of change in through the desert and go up. It's a beautiful drive in from this area. Victoria, in regards to anybody flying in, you do have an airport.
We do have an airport, and we've got a wonderful airline that we have a contract with this airline to serve our airport and us, and it is called Advantage Air, and they have great planes. Everything's like business class in the plane, and the flight from Phoenix and the flight from Albuquerque only takes about 45 minutes, which is much easier than driving. And you can spend the entire day. And there's 2 flights a day to each city. So and also it is part of Essential Air Services. So they have a contract where they're subsidized, and which makes the ticket price very low.
Cool.
And
so there you go.
So it's comfortable, it's fast, and the time that flies in and out is pretty convenient. So if anybody doesn't feel like driving, they also have tie-in with Enterprise car rental. So we don't. This is a small airport, so there's not usually a car right there. But you just call Enterprise in advance, and they have a car waiting for you.
Wow! And so this is easy to get to. Like if you can fly from Phoenix or Albuquerque. Those are the two.
Yes, those are the only two
of
towns they go to. Yeah.
Okay, so that's easy. And then again, you're so close, to some of the major cities and right off the major highways, and yet you get up, and then all of a sudden you're in Silver City, and it's just like this charming historic downtown with a ditch. Like there's the big ditch.
The big ditch. I
the
love
big
the
ditch, and everyone you need to go there to find out about the big ditch.
Yeah.
And Billy the Kid as well.
Everybody
Billy
needs
the
to
Kid
see the big ditch.
Mm-hmm. And you've got to go to the visitor center where the Billy the Kid is. You got to go there.
That's right.
The little house. It's not really his house though. It's like a replica.
Yeah. It was the replica that they used in Young Guns, I believe.
It was given to us by the director, Ron Howard. Gave it to Silver City.
That's
right. Cool.
That's right. I remember this now.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, when we come back, we also want to research Madame Millie. I'm just saying because she's cool too. There's so much history. So you've got art, you've got history, you've got wine, you've got nature. Again, I'm just going to keep saying it over. You got to go to Silver City. The website is silvercityart.com. The event is May 3rd through 5th. 2019. Before each of you go, I want to make sure that you're both going to be open and be part of the studio tour. Paula, what's your website for people to view your art?
My website is paulamanningLewis.com.
Okay, and everybody's LEWIS for paulamanningLewis.com.
Yes,
and you go check out her guitars, man. She paints guitars. Are you going to have a guitar on display when people come in? Because I want to see you paint a guitar. Can that be
I
worked
should.
out?
Yeah, I will probably have the guitars, and I have a harp right now that I'm getting ready to start working on that somebody gave me. So that hopefully will be partially, if not fully, done by May.
Wow, that is super cool. It's so beautiful. I love your work.
Wow.
And everyone, Victoria, go to victoriachick.com. Victoria, are you going to be painting when people come to see you?
Well, I am. I always have a painting going, and but I'm always happy to stop too and talk to people. So I really enjoy visitors, and especially when they're sort of all crowded into one weekend. So there's a lot of energy that I get from the people that come to visit, and I really appreciate that.
And everyone, Victoria's area is beautiful, and I know May you probably won't have them, but you get elk out in your area that are just amazing.
Well, we never know. There were some here the other day, and of course by that time the elk calves will be being born, and they usually are born down here where our elevation is at around 6,500 feet, and then when they get a little stronger, their moms take them up to higher elevations, to some of the meadows way up in the mountains. So yes, there's a big possibility that people will see elk fairly close to Silver City, and of course we've always got deer running around.
Always.
Well, you got to love the deer. Well, thank you both for joining us. We've got some special music to close our segment with, and it is from Wally Lauder. I think you both may know him. I don't know, Paula, do you know Wally? I don't know if you've met him since you're kind of new to the area, but he's in. Okay, you will at some point. We met Wally in Silver City when we were doing a radio show, and everybody said, you need Wally on your radio show. So we said, okay.
Get Wally.
And we got Wally, and he was an amazing guest, an amazing singer-songwriter, and we've been playing his music ever since for a number of years. He goes back and forth between Tucson, where he lives now, back to Silver City all the time. And I've got to say, he's got 3 new albums coming out. He's working on 3, not just 1, 3. Yeah, very exciting. So this is a song he wrote, and it is up in Silver City that he wrote it about, and he even sings about the artists in there. So this is My Desert Home, and you can go visit wallylauder.com. And again, everyone, silvercityart.com is a website to go to learn more about the art of Silver City, the artists, the studios, the galleries, and, of course, the event that is the Red Dot Artist Studio Tour that is May 3rd through 5th. Thanks, ladies, for joining us.
Thank you.
It was fun.
monsoon wind, cactus flowers here and there in bloom. The rain is coming soon. There's a cowgirl in a pickup, she drives by smiling at the ranchers and artists, merchants and miners. Warm conversations, new friends I know. Here in my high desert home, most every day the sky is so blue. Most every evening I'm here with you. Wide open spaces wherever I go. Here in my high desert home. Now the rain's come and gone and the air is so sweet. Merchants and patrons step out in the street. The sun shining kindly on the town down below. Here in my high desert home. Most every day